Have you ever seen the movie Her and just thought, wow, I want that? An AI assistant that doesn't just manage your to-do lists, but actually understands your world, starting with that one thing that just swamps all of us, email. Well, today we're going to break down exactly how you could build the core of that very system.
And look, this isn't just some cool line from a sci-fi movie anymore. This is basically a design principle for a new reality. The whole idea is to shift from being, an email janitor to having an actual conversation with an intelligent filter. And the tech to start building this, it's here. It's ready right now.
We all know that feeling, right? The endless scrolling, the constant ping, that mental weight of an inbox that just never, ever seems to be empty. But what if we could flip the entire paradigm on its head? This whole explainer is about turning email from a chore you have to read into a conversation you can actually have. Seriously? Just imagine asking your inbox, hey, what's actually important today? And getting a clear, spoken summary right back. That's the goal. And to make that happen, our system needs three key things: a way to get the data, a brain to make sense of it, and of course, a voice to talk to you. All right, let's get into the mechanics of this. The very first and probably most critical step is access. We need to let our assistant see your emails, but, and this is a big but, not by just handing over your password. No way. We're going to do this the smart, secure way. So instead of using some old clunky method, we use what's called an API, an application programming interface. The easiest way to think of it is like a secure, official doorway that Google itself provides. It lets our program ask for email data in a really neat, structured way, and it never, ever needs to know your actual login details. Now, setting this up involves a few little steps. You create a project, you flick a switch to enable the Gmail API, and then you generate these special keys called credentials. Think of these keys like a temporary passkey. When your script runs for the very first time, it'll pop open a secure browser window and ask you to grant permission. It's a one-time, official handshake that keeps your password completely private. So, getting the data is just the beginning, right? A fire hose of raw email text is pretty much just as overwhelming as the inbox itself. The real magic, the part that makes this whole thing work, is when we add a layer of intelligence to actually understand what it all means. And that brings us to step 2, which is where the real fun begins. This is where our assistant gets its brain. We're going to feed all that raw email content into an AI that can genuinely understand text, and it's going to turn all of that chaos into pure clarity. To do this, we use a large language model, or an LLM. You've heard about these. They're the powerful AI systems like GPT-4o that are everywhere right now. For our project, the LLM acts like an incredibly fast and efficient personal assistant. It can read an email and, in a split second, just get the main point, the tone, and how important it is. And check this out. This slide shows the transformation perfectly. On the left, you've got that typical wall of text from an email. The AI processes it, and boom, on the right, you get a clean summary, a priority level, and even a topic. It just pulls the signal right out of the noise, instantly. So, our assistant can now securely get into your email, and it can understand what's in there. The final piece of the puzzle is making it conversational. We have to bridge that gap between silent text on a screen and actual interactive speech. This all happens with two key technologies working together. First, you've got speech-to-text, or STT. Something like OpenAI's Whisper listens to your voice commands, like "read me the important stuff," and turns that into text the computer understands. Then, text-to-speech, or TTS, takes the AI's written summaries and turns them back into natural, human-like audio for you to listen to. And just like that, you're not typing and clicking anymore. You're talking. You can ask for your daily briefing, you can dictate a reply or archive a whole thread, all without ever touching a keyboard. It just fundamentally changes the entire experience. Okay, so let's put all the pieces together and look at the big picture. This isn't just 3 separate steps, it's a layered system where every single component builds on the last one to create this one seamless workflow. So here it is, the complete architecture. The ingestion layer, that's the Gmail API, pulls in the data. The AI core, our LLM, processes it. Now this is crucial. A memory layer stores all these insights. It often uses a special database, a vector DB, which lets the assistant actually learn what's important to you and remember context over time. And finally, the voice and interface layers let you have that conversation with the whole system.
And here's what that looks like in action. It's this continuous cycle just running quietly in the background. Emails come in, they get analyzed automatically. Then, whenever you're ready, you just ask. The system gives you your briefing, and you just respond with simple voice commands. It's a simple, efficient, hands-free loop.
And honestly, this framework is so much bigger than just email. Once you've built this conversational layer, you can plug in anything. Your text messages, your Slack DMs, your calendar invites. What you're really building is a unified, voice-driven hub for your entire digital life. So, I'll leave you with this thought. If all the noise of your digital life, every single notification, message, and email was filtered through an intelligent assistant like this, what are the truly important things you'd actually want to hear? What would that conversation sound like?